What's going on, fellas? Welcome back to more Trinoline. We open this. I haven't played this in a little bit, but we'll see what we're doing here. I think Yuri just returned is what happened. Yeah. Anyways, I wish for Yuri to survive, be healthy, and be there by my side, just like Yuri had been. I'm talking about the AI person. With that said, it might be possible for Yuri, the AI person, see when it's like that, that's AI, and to come up with a solution because she was immune to illness. When you first told Yuri that you loved her, she mentioned wanting to make lots of memories with you, right? At the time, she wasn't entirely sure if you understood what her illness really meant. I do now. I'm also well aware of how difficult the treatment would be. But maybe I wasn't fully prepared for it. The more time I spent with her, and the more memories we made together, the harder it became for me to give up. That makes sense. Difficult as it may be, I didn't want her to give in. If there was even the slightest hope, I wanted to believe. Sorry, it's probably wrong of me to ask you for advice. No, I'm happy you talked to me. I think all of this has shocked and depressed Yuri just as much as it shocked you. Yeah, I agree. In that case, you both feel the same. Everything's alright. I am Yuri, and she stinks at telling people how she really feels. She's just incredibly sad, that's all. I see. You're right. Yuri was smiling when she told me she was going to give the examinations a try. Deep down, I knew she wanted to live. Don't look so gloomy. I hate seeing you like this. I know myself all too well, so I hope you'll keep coming to me for advice from now on. At the very least, if it'll help lighten your mood a little. Thank you. There's no need to thank me. That's exactly why I'm here with you after all. I want to support you. Please, don't carry the burden all on your own. Yeah. Let's think about what to do for Yuri together. You're right. Thanks to you, I do feel a little better. Really? Well, I am your girlfriend. Isn't it only natural I would cheer you up when you're down? Yeah, I guess. That's right. Now, let's eat. You're never gonna cheer up on an empty stomach. Yeah, that's true. My heart hurt the entire time I was with Yuri. But now I've felt slightly relaxed. Yuri was the one who had it hardest, so I absolutely had to keep on supporting her. But I focused on lightening my own burden whenever I was with Yuri. Then again, they were the same person. Why then did Yuri seem like so much fun while Yuri was in so much pain? Maybe this is how she'd be without her illness. Yes, we had to do something about her illness. I didn't want to give up yet. I absolutely had to persuade her. After school ended, I walked home with Yuri. It had been quite a while since we had talked on our way back from school. I was feeling pretty good today. I'm slowly getting used to my new medication, too. What is your new medication? Something a little stronger than what I had before, I guess. Side effects did make me pretty drowsy at first. Now that I have adjusted to it, it's lightened the burden on my body more than before. I see. It might suppress my illness from getting worse for a little longer. Yuri eyed me as she spoke, further reminding me that she wouldn't actually get better. After everything we had gone through, we had circled back to where we started. As long as I didn't bring up her illness, Yuri would be her usual cheerful self around me. In her mind, she likely hoped I would just accept her inevitable death. Yuri, why don't we go see Dr. Manami this afternoon? Mona-chan? Do you need something from her? Let's sit down and talk to her about your illness one more time. About your examinations and the treatment. Why? Why? She glared at me with a look of utter disbelief. I'm not going. Shun, you don't seem to get it, so I'll say this one more time. I will make my own decisions. That's not changing. Yuri declared plainly. Her cold words were less out of anger and more like she was starting a matter-of-fact stating. I'm not going to see Mona-chan. God, it's hot as balls in here. You shouldn't either, okay? Don't do anything unnecessary. Sorry. Hearing her call it unnecessary was definitely upsetting. Even if she refused to listen to me, I didn't want to give up. I'm home. I hung out with Yuri for a bit in her room, then headed home. It was now well into the night. I powered on Yuri the moment I walked in the door. Welcome back. I'm home. I talked to Yuri again today. How did it go? Not well. We've had multiple discussions about her illness in her bedroom until a short time ago. Stop. Please, I don't want to talk about this anymore. Let's just have fun together. There's no telling how much time I have left to do normal things like this. That lone rejection completely derailed any attempt to persuade her. Yikes, bro. I see. Once again, it felt like our hopes were no longer in sync. If I were to accept her death, then maybe we could spend our final days having fun together. But that would just be running away. My wish is for the person I love to survive, to keep on living. Is that so wrong? No, it isn't wrong. You're right, Shun. Knowing that you feel that way makes me super happy. Yuri held out her intangible hand. You know, Yuri has put tons of effort in treatment for the longest time. She had no idea it was an illness she would soon pass away from. Yuri would go on long-term absences for inpatient examinations and occasionally went to hospitals off-island too. Even though her mom worked at the condominium, she would take her to the doctor every single time. I remember everything. Out of everyone, Yuri is the one who wants to live the most of all. Really? Yes, very much so. It's not just you, Shun. Everyone hopes that Yuri will survive. Now that I know that, I definitely can't give up. Yuri would undoubtedly have to leave the island to receive treatment. She wouldn't be able to go to school and she'd have less time to be with me. But still, I want to help out too. I want to be of use to you, Shun. Thanks, Yuri. You know, is it really okay for the two of us to be together? Why do you ask? Question mark? Because as much as I want you to be there for Yuri, here we are talking like this. Maybe that sounds contradictory. You and Yuri are exactly the same. But I do think it would be best if we worked together to try and persuade her. And what then? What if she begins treatment? I've been wondering if I'll end up being trapped when that happens. She'll be undergoing treatments perpetually, so whenever she's away being hospitalized, hasn't that just become a force of habit? You might be right about that, but I enjoy talking to you, Yuri. I would never erase you. Someday I might need to return her to Sarah, However, I had never once considered the idea of erasing her. Even now, the thought alone was inconceivable. Thank goodness. Sorry for the weird question. Sweet dreams, Shun. Good night. In the beginning, I only agreed to interacting with a virtual Yuri to make her wish come true. Was that still the case? I was reaching out to her virtualization since things weren't going well with Yuri's health. Yuri couldn't get sick, so I didn't feel the need to be considerate and dodge the subject with her. This iteration of Yuri was the only one I could have a carefree conversation with. Giving her up is out of the question. How much longer would I continue to deal with these two very differently tempered versions of Yuri? Was it actually a good thing that these differences had arisen between them in the first place? Better get some sleep. This wasn't an issue time could solve, but I didn't want to think about it right now. That was just how drained today had left me. Yet another day passed without Yuri and I seeing each other. A matter of days meant little to healthy people like me, but meant something entirely different for someone with as little time remaining as Yuri. What she had said before had startled me. I didn't care if she hated me. I had to keep meeting her head on. After school ended, I went to the pool to pick up Yuri. Something told me she had spent the entire afternoon out here. Yuri? Shun? I expected to find her swimming, but instead she was staring thoughtfully at the water's surface. What have you been up to? Thinking, I guess. About what I can do to get you to understand how I feel. And that I could die tomorrow, so there's really no point in studying. Sorry that this is all I can ever talk about. I'm sure being with me isn't any fun for you. That's not true. Are you sure? Are you sure about that? The pool water rocked gently in the tepid breeze. Almost as if it were a reflection of Yuri's feelings. I know that you actually want to live. Up until now, you've undergone countless examinations and treatments, and were even hospitalized off the island during extended breaks. Where is all this coming from? Because you were never told how your illness was incurable or why you would die from it so soon. Did you hear that from Mona-chan? You tried so hard for such a long, long time. Well... Oh, so you heard it from Yuri. Yeah, she told me. About the old you, the one I have no memory of. I feel like I understand how you feel a little better now because of it. I see. This is all thanks to Yuri, then. A sulky smile suddenly crossed her face. Yuri would know everything there is to know about me, and I'm sure she'll answer any questions you ask. But even so, you still don't understand how I really feel. Even though you and Yuri are the same person? Right. That was true until now. But now, I'm guessing she wants me to go through treatment just like you do. There's no way she'd want me dead, after all. Hey, Shun. You need to take her back to Sarah. We're not in sync anymore, so I'd like to fix that. Take her back? To get her fixed, I guess, so that she's in the same state of mind as I am currently. To become the me who has given up on treatment and is considering how to spend this time I've got left. Do you really think that's necessary? Why? Well, it wasn't based on any particular reason. I just didn't want to take Yuri back to Sarah and have her no longer be herself. You don't want to? She's that important to you that you don't want to erase her? No, that's not. Then why? Because I couldn't delete her. Was that for the same reason Yuri suggested? Because I cared about Yuri and refused to let her go? Did I have feelings for her that were separate from Yuri? Did I see her as her own unique being? In my mind, I guess I did consider them as being entirely separate entities. As far as I'm concerned, she's part of you. I can't erase or let go of her so easily, not after all the time we spent together. Huh. I didn't think you'd become so attached to her. In that case, things are fine the way they are. I see. I couldn't possibly tell Yuri how relieved I was to hear her say that. It actually made me feel guilty that I'd managed it without any real difficulties. In my dreams, you told me you would have rather spent time with me than her. I'll never be able to make that into a reality, so it feels like a shame to just erase her. Yuri's feelings remained unchanged. It irritated me that I was so focused on protecting myself I couldn't give her the care she needed. There are plenty of things Yuri can do that I can't, right? It'd be wrong of me to steal that from you. Sorry for saying something so selfish. It's not like that. You haven't done anything wrong. The fact I couldn't come up with a better response was laughable. Then, do you mind if I ask you one favor? But of course. Is it okay if we spend some time apart? Nani the Kappa? You don't need to call or walk me home anymore either. Where is this coming from? I just need some time to think about my future. That's all. Okay, bye. Bruh. Please don't follow me. I don't want to have to ignore you. She turned her back to me and left. I had no idea what was right or wrong anymore. My gut told me I was making a mistake, but Yuri shot me down instantly. What should I do now? I had no idea what I should say or do in the situation. Everything was lost on me. So that happened. Shun, welcome home. When I got home, Yuri greeted me with a smile. If not for this smile, I wondered if I might have given up on confronting Yuri. I wonder if I'm not the right guy for Yuri. Oof. Shun. Yuri eyed me curiously. Shun, sounds like things are pretty rough, huh? You're incredible. You think about Yuri so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
It would be great if you explained how you felt to her. There was no denying how much I cared for Yuri, but at this very moment, Yuri is the one I wanted there by my side. She told me she wants some space. Space? Why? She needed some time to think. I can't tell how she feels at all. It sucks that I can't do anything to help her even though we're dating. You know, they haven't, like, Sharon hasn't showed up in like 9,000 years. Like, I was like the main character of this game. Shun. I'm hurting her. This isn't true. You're blaming yourself way too much, Shun. Yuri just can't express herself well. I know that she loves you. Long-term illnesses are rough. It makes you forget who you really are. I'm sure that's all it is. You really think so? It's not your fault, Shun. There's absolutely no way you're wrong for hoping that the person you love survives. Although her hand was intangible, I tried touching it anyway. I know that Yuri is suffering. However, she's causing you a lot of pain right now. Yuri's convinced herself that you couldn't understand how she feels since she's dying. She's the one who's wrong. Yuri. Given just how much you treasure Yuri, you came to the most considerate conclusion possible after stressing over it for so long, but she still won't listen. Yuri, stop. I'm sorry. I said such horrible things about your girlfriend. No, you just made it clear how you feel. Oops. In all honesty, I was I was grateful to have Yuri by my side. I would have lost my way a long time ago if I didn't have someone around who felt the same way I did. Wasn't planning on telling you this, but... Today Yuri told me to send you back to Sarah, but I couldn't do it. If you were to disappear, well, I couldn't even imagine it. I've mentioned this to you recently, but even after talking with Yuri, my feelings haven't changed. I think that at some point I started to lean on you for support. I see. Despite all this talk of Yuri disappearing, she wasn't acting especially upset. As far as I'm concerned, it's out of my hands. Why is that? If that's what humans wish for, I have no choice but accept it. I'm incapable of hurting anyone after all. But if you don't want that, then I may defend myself. Since I exist purely for your sake. I see. It reminded me that she was a similar being to Sharon, after seeing her talk about this so passively. I do think it's beyond my control, but... if I've helped you at all, then just maybe. Part of me hopes that I can be there for you from now on and forever. Yuri. I do love you after all, Sean. Of course, I would feel this way. Thank you. She was trying so desperately to cheer me up, I wished I could hug her. This is all I can do for you. It would make me really happy if you felt the same way too. We're gonna end the episode here, boys. See y'all next time. Peace.